friends, now in this video we are doing the study of the variational approach. Now this is the second approach for solving the finite element analysis problem. In this approach we are using the minimum potential energy concept. Now what is meant by the minimum potential energy? That is the potential energy is equal to strain energy plus work potential. Now the strain energy we know very well, that one is calculated very easily. So whenever we are calculating the elastic limit curve, whenever we are calculating the elastic limit curve, or we know the stress strain curve. So this generally we have seen for the any elastic material, this is our stress strain curve. So up to this one, this is the elastic limit, this is the elastic limit. So the area cover under this one, this is called as the strain energy, this is called as the strain energy. So through this one we can very easily calculate the strain energy. Now strain energy by using we are very easily calculating by using the Hooke's law, that is equal to 1/2 integration of the volume into sigma into stress into strain into volume. So 1/2 integration of the volume stress into strain into A, that is the cross sectional area, into dx, as E is equal to sigma E into epsilon into E. So that is equal to 1/2 epsilon square E into A into dx, that is the epsilon is the, that is the along the x-axis. So that is the elastic modulus along the x-axis. So 1/2 EA into du by dx. So epsilon is the your strain, this is the strain, this is the modulus of elasticity, this is the cross sectional area. So that is equal to 1/2 integration of V volume into elastic limit into cross sectional area into du by dx whole square into derivative dx. So by using this concept, we are able to calculate the strain energy. So what is that? Minimum potential energy concept is equal to strain energy plus your work potential. So the strain energy is equal to, by using this formula we can very easily calculate, that is 1/2, that is 0 to 1 integration of area into modulus of elasticity du by ds, that is the displacement along x-axis whole square into dx. While the work potential is equal to minus, this one is indicating minus because this one is opposite to the x-axis. So elongation taken place in this direction, hence we have considered this one is the negative. Hence that is the force F1 at the node 1, let us take this is the node 1, this is the node 1, and this is my node 2, this is my node 2. So work potential is equal to F1 U1 minus F2 U2. So this one is the force at 1, then displacement at 1 node 1, force at 2, and displacement at 2 second node. So minimum potential energy is equal to addition of these two. So that is A is constant, so A divided by 2 integration of 0 to L du by dx, that is displacement along x-axis whole square into dx minus F1 U1 plus F2 U2. By using a polynomial function, we know the u is equal to a0 plus a1 x1. Now there are the rules how to finalize or how to select the polynomial functions perfectly. So that rules we studied later on, just as our course goes on. So we are trying to find out what are the formulas or what are the rules for whenever we are selecting the polynomial function. So here we are using u is equal to a0 into a1 x because there are the only two parameters of the two nodes we have considered. That's why here we are using only the two terms, or we could say that one is, this is the only the issue of the du by dx, so that we have considered only two terms, that is a0 plus a1 x. So by applying the boundary conditions, we are very easily understanding the at x is equal to 0, u is equal to, if at x is equal to 0, if this x is equal to 0, then we automatically knowing that when this u is equal to a1, so u is equal to, at node 1 this is equal to u1, that is equal to a0, so this is equal to a1. Now when the x is equal to l, if this is equal to l, if this x is equal to l, then u is equal to u2, u is equal to a2, and a1 is equal to, now by putting these values of the a1 and a2, we are very easily finding this one is the u2 minus u1 upon l, u2 minus u1 upon l. So as we know that is a0 is equal to u1, and hence that a1 is equal to u2 minus u1 upon l, because u is equal to u2. Hence this term goes here, this term goes here, this is the u2, now this is u1, and this l is goes to here, so that is u2 minus u1 upon l. Hence u is equal to, this function, this function is converted into u is equal to u1 plus u2, that is u2 minus u1 upon l into x. Now by differentiating, by using a differentiation, u by x, u by x, so u by x, or we can say du by dx. So u2, that's why this is the only the term where the x is available, so this is 0, hence this term comes out, so this is the u2 minus u1 upon l. So here we are finding the polynomial solution by applying a boundary condition. We are trying to find out the du by dx. Why we are calculating the du and dx? Because in this formula that du and dx playing the very important role to find out the solution whenever we are using the variational approach or the minimum potential energy approach to solve the finite element problems. So now here we are calculating du by dx is equal to u2 minus u1 upon l. Now by putting these values of 2 into the equation, so pi is equal to minimum potential energy ae upon 2 integration of 0 to l u2 minus u1 upon l whole square du by dx minus f1 u1 minus f2 u2. By integrating we are getting, now by integrating, that is this is the constant ae upon 2l, now this the l is constant, so u2 minus u1, sorry, this one is the u1, this one is the u1, this is the u1 plus u2 square minus 2u1 u2 minus f1 u2 f2. So after integrating, by integrating or after integrating, we get that is the pi is equal to, this is the pi is equal to ae upon 2l u1 square plus u2 square minus 2u1 u2 minus f1 u2 u1 minus f2 u2. Hence just to find out, hence for getting the unknowns, we minimize and equate to 0. We minimize the pi equate to 0. Now there are the two terms u1 and u2, hence this one is the partial derivative, hence dabba pi 1 upon dabba pi upon dabba u1 is equal to 0, as well as dabba pi upon dabba u2 equal to 0. Now by calculating these values, now dabba pi 1 upon u1 is equal to this is the formula, or dabba pi 2 upon this one, this is the formula. Now why, how how to calculate this, very important to us. So we are interested to find out, the element stiffness matrix that is in the form of this one, so that if we are able to convert our problem into this format, then we can solve the problem very easily. It means that we are interested to calculate, find out the value of a k as well as the displacement. Here the displacement we have considered u, this is the force, and this is the element stiffness matrix. And standard element stiffness matrix for the one, for the bar is ae upon l plus 1 minus 1 minus 1 plus 1 into this, the u1 u2 is equal to f1 f2. So that is k is equal to element stiffness matrix is equal to ae upon l plus minus So let us take dabba u by dabba. Let us take to find out the value of the dabba pi upon dabba pi 1. We knows very well pi is equal to, this is already find out, that is a upon 2l u1 square plus u2 square minus 2 u1 u2 minus f1 u1 minus f2 u2. How this equation comes? This equation comes through this one. This equation comes, already we have deriving this formula. Now only we are applying this condition. So this is the dabba pi upon dabba u1. So by applying this one, we are coming to the here. Let us move. Now dabba pi upon dabba u1 is equal to, now this is the constant term a upon 2l. Now by integrating, that is u1 minus u2, u1 square minus u2 square minus twice u1 u2, we are getting the integration, that is twice u1 minus twice u2 minus f1 is equal to 0. Hence a upon 2, this 2 is come out, so this one is the cancel. Then u1 minus u2 minus f1 is equal to 0. Hence we are getting a upon l u minus u1 u2 is equal to f1. Similar way, that is the derivative of, partial derivative of dabba pi 1, dabba pi divided by dabba u2 is equal to 0. That is equal to a upon 2l 2u2 minus 2u1 minus f2 is equal to 0. Hence again this one are cancelled, and hence we are getting the a upon l u minus u1 minus u2 is equal to f1. Now if I am interested to write these two terms, this equation 1, and this equation 2 into my standard format, that standard format is equal to, that is k into d into d, k into d is equal to my force vector. This is my standard format. So what is that? K is equal to, that is k is equal to, if you observe this one, that is ae from both the terms, ae from 1 and 2, that is ae upon l is a constant term, Now see, this is the constant term and this is the constant term, so that is the a upon l is constant. Now in matrix form, we can very easily write these terms, that is the u1 minus u2 while this one is the minus u1 and my into u2. So now see, this is the u1 minus u2 and this one is the minus 1 minus u2, that is equal multiplied that is equal to your singular matrix of f1 into f2. So if we look towards this equation, this is our standard format equation. This is the a upon l 1 minus 1. So this is my standard format. So by using this formula, we can very easily solve the any type of the problem by using the variational method. This is the more accurate method because here we are using a mathematical approach to solve the problem. Here only the concept of selection of a polynomial function plays the very vital role. As we have seen that polynomial, this is very important. How to select, this is very important. As we are progressing into the course, we are knowing this, how to calculate the, how to find out this polynomial function. So I hope you are understanding the variational approach in a very right way, just to find out the values and understanding the variational approach in a right way. Thank you to all.